Live from the KFNX studios in beautiful downtown Phoenix, it's Pain Management Arizona with Bob Miller. Good morning. I am Bob Miller. I am a licensed massage therapist, neuromuscular trigger point therapist, and pain management specialist, and owner of New Serenity Massage and Pain Management Arizona. I do the show once a week every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock to kind of get the word out that there are alternatives to pain management other than medication. And that neuromuscular trigger point therapy that I do is incredibly effective with all sorts of pain issues, headaches, migraines, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, etc., etc. I do have two locations here in the Valley. I have one just down the street from the radio station here on 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell at Urban Wellness. And Urban Wellness is a fantastic place. It's Urban Wellness Center for Integrative Health in Phoenix on 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell. And they do provide services, many other services, as well as you can book an appointment with me for a therapeutic or medical massage. They also have neuropathic medicine, midwifery, women's health, weight loss, life coach, sound healing, Reiki, and craniosacral therapy, acupuncture, cupping, Chinese medicine, psychological therapy, all sorts of great practitioners there that aren't just going to try to write you prescriptions. They also have yoga, and if you're ever interested in trying out yoga, and they do have sunrise yoga every Monday and Wednesday at 6 a.m. This is a community class, so it's absolutely free. Donations are appreciated, but if you just wanted to try it out, you could try it out. A great way to start your day first thing in the morning. And also, you could join Amanda for Yin Yoga every Monday night at 6:15 p.m. It's 75 minutes of breath and body connection, and that's only a $10 drop-in for that class. For more information on Urban Yoga, go to their website. It's urbanwellnessphx.com. That's urbanwellnessphx.com. And you can also find Urban Wellness on Facebook and Instagram to check out all their special events. And I'm going to be having Amanda on the show again. I had her on, was it last week? And she's going to come on again and talk about more special events that are going on there. And my other location that I can get you at is all the way out in Peoria. That's at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird at Sonoran Life Solutions Counseling Offices. Sometimes everybody just needs somebody to talk to about what's going on in their lives to help them sort things out. The experienced and knowledgeable counselors at Sonoran Life Solutions are here for you, individual, group, or family counseling. Most insurance is accepted and the most affordable self-pay in the Valley. They have two beautiful offices. They have one in Peoria where I work at as well, and they also have one all the way out in Goodyear. You can visit sonoranlifesolutions.com or call 623-974-3333 to get an appointment with them if you would like to see a counselor. Or again, that's sonoranlifesolutions.com, 623-974-3333. Sonoran Life Solutions to clear your mind's pollutions. And that's an awesome office out there. That's where I'm at most of the time. On Sundays is the only day I can that I have time to work out in Phoenix. So I do dedicate from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every Sunday at the Phoenix location if Peoria is too far to go. But the other 6 days a week, you can normally book an appointment with me there. You can go to my website, which is same as the name of the show, painmanagementarizona.com. That's spelled all the way out. It's painmanagementarizona.com, or you can call me directly at 541 end pain, 541 end pain, or Pain Management Arizona to book an appointment. There's actually a button on the website. You just click right there on the first page. It says book at Peoria office, and you can pick the day and time you want to come in and book an appointment.
I do only charge $60 per hour for an appointment, which is about half of what those, big chain massage places charge, and if you go in there, all you're gonna get's a Swedish relaxation massage. But what I do is pain management, because what I focus on with the trigger point therapy I do is I know where the muscles and the nerves in your body are and pretty much every other part of your body, and I know where the knots occur in people's necks, shoulders, backs, hips that are gonna be bothering a nerve that's gonna cause you pain somewhere else, such as if you get headaches, you probably got knots in your shoulders and in the sides of your neck that are on the nerves that lead up, just for a specific example, migraine type of headaches, the one that you get behind the eye, that's gonna be in your shoulder, in the upper trapezius. It's called the accessory nerve, and that nerve activates the facial nerve and the trigeminal nerve. So you're gonna get a headache in the side of your face or behind the eye type of thing. And so if I work on your shoulders, I don't just massage the muscle. I get in and I very gently feel around in the muscle and find exactly where that little group of knots is. And I put a gentle pressure on it, get it to release, and then the pain goes away. People are very amazed when I find a cluster of knots. And as soon as I press on it, they can feel the pain, and then hold the exact same pressure on it, and they always tell me that it feels like I'm slowly letting pressure off, but it's actually on the inside of you in your muscle that pressure is being released. Because I'm not trying to. Well, what a knot is, I should probably explain first, is your muscle is made up of fibers that go from end to end where the 2 points it connects to. And when a muscle is held tight long periods of time, tightened suddenly, over tightened, or impacted, some of the fibers get stuck in the tight position and then it stops blood flow because blood can't flow through a tight muscle. It has to wait for the muscle to relax and fresh blood comes in and washes out the blood that's in there while you're flexing. And when you get some of these little tiny fibers stuck, it's kind of like when you tear apart a piece of chicken and it comes apart in little strings. Those are muscle fibers, they're very tiny. But when you get a cluster of those little tiny knots, those fibers getting knotted up, then that's gonna irritate the nerve that it's either wrapped around or up against the side of, and it's interrupting the signal that's going from one area of the body to another. And so it's kinda like I tell people, it's like when you plug a speaker wire into something and it's not quite plugged in all the way, you get a buzz or a hum over the speaker. That's exactly what's happening with your nerves, because your nerves are the electrical system of your body. It is electricity that's zipping up and down the nerves, communicating with your brain what's going on with your body. And you have 2 types of nerves. You got motor nerves that make your muscle move and sensory nerves that tell you something's hot, cold, hard, or soft. So for instance, when people get numbness or tingling in their fingers, which I'm sure a lot of you are wiggling your fingers right now because you actually have that. It's because there's something in the side of your neck, in the muscle. You have 3 scalene muscles on the side of your neck, and right between those muscles is where all the nerves run that are coming out of your spinal column in your neck and controlling your arm and bringing back information from your arm, from your hand. And so when those muscles get really tight, then it's being interrupted. That signal that's coming from your hand is being interrupted at the point where it's going back into your spine and going to your brain. But your brain thinks, oh, this is something happening with the hand. So there's actually nothing at all wrong with your hand or your wrist or your arm. It's we have to get the knots out of the side of your neck or out of the upper shoulders to get that interruption to go away. Same thing with low back pain. Most low back pain, everybody's heard of, the term called sciatica. And there's also something called piriformis syndrome, which is 100 times more common. Sciatica is when you have problems in the discs of your spine. You got a bulging disc, a herniated disc, a degenerative disc, and that's what's bothering the sciatic nerve. Then they call that sciatica. But most of the time, it's closer to your hip. It's the piriformis muscle that goes from the bottom of your spine, the sacrum, to your hip bone. It's one of the muscles that lets you pivot on your foot, twist your body and leave your foot in place. And that muscle, almost half the people, that the sciatic nerve goes right through the center of that muscle. Everybody else, it's tucked up right underneath it. So when that muscle gets tight, it's going to interrupt a signal that's coming from your low back or from your hip or from your knee or your leg or your foot. So you can easily have, any of these other problems because you got knots under the gluteus maximus on that piriformis muscle. And I know the body. I know where to look, where to feel around and find. It's kind of feels like a basic massage at first when I'm warming up an area, and then I find where the spots are that are knotted up and gently release them. And I have a 98% success rate. I get people that have been on medication for years or even decades, been seeing different doctors and specialists and neurologists to get rid of their migraines or headaches or back pain or shoulder pain. And 98% of people get relief in just one session. Sometimes it's complete relief, that's condition's gone and I don't see the person again until something else goes wrong. Some people, it takes a couple of visits, but 98% of people get incredible results. I've had people that have suffered with migraines for many years, been on medication. Now they don't get migraines at all. And, the drug companies are really trying to cash in on a lot of this stuff. They're giving people dangerous prescriptions, dangerous drugs. There's, all sorts of lawsuits going on against the FDA and the pharmaceutical companies because of the Oxycontin that they, changed the labels on so they could sell more of it, even though it wasn't safe. And it's actually dying of a opioid overdose has actually surpassed car accidents now. It's more likely you will die of an opioid overdose than you will in a car accident now. And fortunately, they're the one of the manufacturers of the drug actually blew the whistle on the whole thing there. But the pain medications normally do more harm than good because they're masking the pain symptoms. Your body gives you pain signals to tell you to not do a certain movement or activity because that's going to make the problem worse. You're injuring yourself worse. And if you can't feel the pain, you're moving your arm or your leg or your back in ways that are actually aggravating the injury and making the injury worse, getting to the point where you're tearing muscle or tendon. And it's not only is it not able to heal, it's actually getting worse because of the pain medications you're on. I've mentioned several times about one friend of mine that was on vacation down in Mexico, and she slipped in the bathtub and actually broke her ankle, but she was on pain medications for something else and did not even realize her ankle was broken and continued to walk around on vacation on a broken ankle. She knew it hurt, but she didn't realize it was broken because of the pain meds. And by the time she was able to get home, make an appointment with her doctor just to get it looked at to see why it was bothering her, was 10 days later after she broke it. So she was walking around on a broken ankle and it was healing in the wrong position. And then she had to have surgery to correct it. So the pain medications can be very detrimental. And a lot of them, the ads they run are very deceptive. They make it, so like, Emgality is one of the migraine medications. It's a once a month injection, for migraine sufferers. And if you actually look at their numbers of how effective it is, it's basically 1 out of 10 people that take it get 50% reduction in the amount of migraines they have. So 1 out of 10 people is are getting help from this drug that they're charging 6 or $700 a month for 1 injection a month, and it's crazy. I mean, can you imagine how many massages you could get with 6 or $700 a month? You could get a couple, 2 or 3 massages a week, at my prices, not at the regular places, but again, I there's 2 locations, Phoenix and Peoria. You can book at the Peoria office online on the website, painmanagementarizona.com. If you have questions about anything that you'd like to talk to about a condition you or someone you care about has, you can call me directly at 541 END PAIN. That's 541 ENDPAIN, End Pain, 541 End Pain, or just go onto that website, painmanagementarizona.com. Arizona is spelled all the way out, painmanagementarizona.com. And there's a lot more information. It also has a link to the main site that has even further information and a video talking about how the knots in the muscle are causing a lot of the severe pain that the doctors are not able to fix. There, it's a relatively pain-free procedure. It's, basically kind of like a regular massage, but I don't grind elbows into anybody and I don't cause people a lot of pain. You're in control of the pain level the entire time, and it's very, very effective. I have excuse me. I had one lady not too long ago. It's always fun when you get to see how somebody noticed that a difference right away, right after the procedure. It was last winter, and if you can call what we get around here winter, but she had a sweater on, kind of a pullover sweater, and she had when I stepped out, she got dressed, she opened up the door, and she said that it was really fascinating to her because she up until for the last couple of years, her shoulder pain was so bad she had to kind of do a dead arm, hang her arm down, and put her sleeve over her arm and pull it up, and then put the other arm in the sweater. And she didn't have to do that this time. A lot of people, when they put on their shoes, for the first time, they've been able to put on their shoes first time in years without extreme pain. They were able to bend down and tie their shoes comfortably and not have the pain after only a one session, because the knots that we get in the muscles are pretty much yours to keep until you get them taken care of. They don't go away naturally. You can do stretching exercises, which I do have on my website. On the link to the main website, I have a great page dedicated to stretching. But stretching will not get rid of knots, but it will loosen up the muscle that has the knots, so the knot is not aggravating the nerve as much. I definitely do recommend stretching. It's very good for keeping the muscles limbered up. I recommend stretching first thing in the morning when you wake up, not just before you're going to do exercise or hard labor type of work. Yeah, I recommend stretching to everybody because it is a natural instinct of ours to stretch when we wake up. If you look at animals, if you ever owned a dog or a cat, the first thing they do when they wake up is they stretch. They stretch their front legs, they stretch their back legs, they stretch their whole body, and then they do dog and cat stuff. All the animals at the zoo do the same thing when they wake up. But we are human and we are intelligent and we outthink our instincts because I don't need to stretch. I need to get my cell phone off the charger. I need to brush my teeth. I need to jump in the shower. We don't take just, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes to just stretch, do a full body stretch, grab your knees, pull them up to your chest, get everything warmed up before you climb out of bed. Your entire day will go better. And, and I have stretching, some pamphlets and stuff I give to people that just show some nice little stretches you can do for different areas of concern. Because what I do is I'm not like those fast food chain of massage places like Massage Envy and Elements and those places. I talk to people. I take the time to find out what's going on with you and what we need to do to fix you up. And when we're done with the appointment, I will give you some advice on stretches you can do to help keep this condition from returning. Because when I get rid of the knots, they are gone. It is not a problem anymore. But if you do the same type of activities that cause you to get these muscles knotted up in the first place, you can get new knots, in the same area, and then it could result in the same type of problem. And like one of the big things I mention to people is the cell phones. Cell phones are going to keep me in business for the rest of my life. I don't tell people not to use your cell phone. I just tell people hold it up around shoulder level when you're looking at your cell phone for any amount of time instead of holding it down and looking at it. Or if you read books a lot, try to, hold it up and sit at a table or a desk where you can hold the book angled upright instead of holding it down and stare. Because if you have your head in the downward position for a long period of time doing paperwork on a desk, reading books, looking at your phone, When your head is down, gravity is grabbing onto your face and trying to pull your head down. So all the muscles on the back of your neck and around your neck and shoulders have to stay flexed to resist the pull of gravity. And then it's exerting a lot of torque. It's basically your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds, but when your head's all the way down, looking down at your phone or a book, that's increases it to 60 pounds of torque that your muscles are resisting. And so just hold your phone or your book a little more around shoulder level. If your favorite spot in the living room to watch TV, if you notice if the way you're sitting, your head has to be turned to look at the TV. I mean, even just slightly turned while you're watching TV, that's going to really take a toll on the muscles on the other side of your neck. So I just kind of suggest, readjust your chair, readjust the way you're sitting. So if your feet are flat on the floor when you're sitting in your chair, your knees should be pointed right at the television. I mean, the TV doesn't have to be angled so you're straight at the TV, but make sure you're not sitting with your head twisted to watch TV. Or if you work on a computer, make sure your monitor's not off to the side. Or if you have two monitors, don't have them side by side and sit between the two, because then you're spending your whole day with your head at a little bit of an angle. Move one of your monitors so it's straight in front of you. You want your keyboard, your shoulders, and the monitor to all be parallel, like lined up like dominoes. Have the other monitor off as a reference monitor. If there's something on that monitor you need to work on for more than 5 minutes, grab that tab, pull it onto the monitor in front of you while you work on it, put it back when you're done. It's just little things we do throughout the day that really take a toll on our muscles and cause us these pain issues that we end up suffering with for years and years. But if you've already got one of these pain issues, come and see me. Go onto the website, painmanagementarizona.com, book an appointment with me. We can get you fixed up. Or if you just want to come in for a consultation, you can do that as well. No obligation. Or you can call me on the phone, talk to me on the phone. But I don't answer my phone, obviously, when I'm in a session with somebody. But the website, the painmanagementarizona.com, the phone number is 541 end pain, 541 end pain. You can call me directly or contact me through the website. If you prefer to do email type thing, I'll email you back directly. And check out the website, see what I'm talking about, what I can do for you. Again, it's only $60 for an hour appointment, which is about half of what the big chains are charging. And if you go to one of those, you're going to get a basic Swedish massage, a relaxation massage, and they're going to try to convince you to upgrade to hot stones and aromatherapy. I don't do hot stones. I don't do aromatherapy. I have aromatherapy. So if you say you like lavender, I'll, put a little bit of a lavender or eucalyptus on my hands while I'm working on your shoulders, and you can smell it. It'll smell pretty, and I'm not going to charge you anything for it. I don't get how those companies can charge $20 for, like 5 drops of, the essential oil stuff, never made sense to me. That's why I don't do it. And I rarely use it because I'm more focused on getting your pain to go away, not just the fluffy relaxation that normally people, some people like it, and I can do it for some people if they like, but people are more happy when their headaches go away and they don't get migraines anymore and their back pain goes away. So again, check out the website, painmanagementarizona.com. That's spelled all the way out. Arizona is spelled all the way out in that. painmanagementarizona.com. The phone number, write it down, remember it, 541-NPAIN. My show also streams live on Facebook or YouTube. So if you go on to either one of those, you could find my page or my channel. They're both called, you guessed it, Pain Management Arizona. And you could look at previous shows, look at the current shows, get the information, tell a friend. Go on to Facebook, look at Pain Management Arizona, or go on to YouTube, Pain Management Arizona. You can watch the show, tell a friend, or just go to painmanagementarizona.com, see the website, or call me at 541-NPAIN. And I am out of time. I've got to go. I'll be back next week, again, 9 o'clock. And everybody have a great, safe rest of your weekend and stay cool. Bye-bye, everybody.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Visit us online at 1100kfnx.com.